Did you allow her to do drugs? Knowingly say it's okay, you can do the drugs?
No. I did not knowingly allow her to do drugs. Lauren.
How about yourself?
Yes, I have.
Did you do drugs with her?
Yes, I have.
Did you set up lines of cocaine with your daughter, and the two of you do lines of cocaine?
Yes.
And how old was she?
She was a teenager.
Probably 17.
Under what theory do you as a father say, I'm going to do drugs with my daughter? Under what theory do you do that?
It was kind of like my way, even though I know it's the wrong way. That was my way of being close with my daughter. I just felt closer to her partying and drinking and unfortunately doing the drugs with her and her friends.
Okay, so you thought, I'm going to bond with her.
That was my way of bonding.
We're going to do a couple of lines of cocaine here.
And that's the way I bonded with her, unfortunately.
And so you think, I'll do cocaine with her. She's underage. These drugs are illegal. I will do cocaine with my daughter.
At the time, I mean, like I said, it's the only way I know growing. I mean, it was just my way of bonding with her. Although, other than that, there was no other relationship between us, other than partying and drinking. And that was the only time I personally felt close with her.
Unfortunately, that was the only time we ever spoke, is when we were doing that. So I guess that's why you think
it's the only time I ever felt close with her. Unfortunately.
So, are you defending it or confessing it?
I'm confessing it.
It sounds like you're defending it.
Well, I'm not defending it. I mean, I regret the things I have done.
Do you? Do you regret that? Because you said, I was bonding with her. Come on.
Well, I was bonding with her in the wrong way. I was being more of a friend than a parent.
Yeah, I see your pictures here. This is you bonding with her.
Most of it's just partying and just hanging out as a friend would do instead of being a father.
Did you take her to the hospital when she had the bad reaction?
No, I didn't.
Who took her?
Her mom.
Where were you, Mr. Bond?
I was probably back at the house with her friends.
High?
At times.
When she went to the hospital, were you high?
At times,
That specific time, I wasn't with him that night that it happened.
The time.
So what was your bad reaction? Heart palpitations and all? What?
I can't remember so much. I just remember that my body was twitching and my heart was beating fast, and I kind of just blacked out. She was the one who saw everything that was happening to me.
Having almost like seizures, and her eyes were rolling in the back of her head.
Yeah. And her heart was. Because little cocaine, your likelihood of having a major cardiac event goes up dramatically.
Right.
So she goes to the hospital. So she gets out, and you say, "No more for me," right?
Yes.
That's it. That stuff's dangerous. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Exactly.
What'd you say?
Well, at that point, I continued. I mean, I stopped doing drugs for them, but I continued to party with them, drinking and throwing parties with her and her friends.
What'd you say to her about doing it again?
Well, I apologized to her, and I told her that that's something that I would never participate in doing with her again.
She says you pressured her into doing it again.
No, I've never pressured her into doing it, never.
It was one specific event. I don't know.
I may have offered it to her.
Yeah.
Yes, I did, but I would never pressure her into it.
Okay, your daughter goes to the hospital with a major reaction, bad reaction to cocaine, has to go to the emergency room. She's starting to have seizures. Her eyes are rolling back in her head. Her heart is palpitating. So you know she's had an ab reaction, a bad reaction to cocaine. She gets out, says, no more for me. And you offer her cocaine again.
Not after she went to the hospital. This is before.
No, that was after. It was a while after.
Maybe you might be right.
We were at a bar and everybody was drinking.
Yes, you're right. I have.
Yeah.
There was one time.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.